as well as some older games just to play around with for now. What were you looking for exactly? Oh, okay, so, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Nintendo DS. Awesome. I have a few options actually. So why don't I get you started with that Switch, because you know you want that for sure, and then we'll get you started with those other games. Awesome. Okay, let me grab that. Let me just grab the display model real quick. So this is our Nintendo Switch. It's actually the newest console by Nintendo. It came out, I believe, 2 years now. Still really early in the product's life cycle. And as you can see, it's not just a handheld. It's actually a wireless game system, which is really cool. It has a dock you can put by your television, and then you can essentially, what you do is put in the dock. You can take off both these controllers, and you can play it just sitting on your couch, or you can even put this system itself on a table and play it with the controllers off, and that's called tabletop mode. Essentially, what you want to make sure about is with every game console, you want to make sure you have a good library of games. So if you don't mind me asking, what kind of games were you planning on buying for it? Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh, Breath of the Wild. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. I actually have a copy here if you want to purchase that as well. Oh, you're gonna download it. Well, that's what this industry is turning into. Well, that's perfectly fine. If I may, you weren't happen to be a fan of like the old Pokemon games, would you? Oh, okay, perfect. I actually have one thing that might interest you. So, this is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It's the newest Pokemon game. They have another one being released later on this year, called Pokemon Sword and Shield, but right now this is what we got. Essentially, this is a remake of the original Kanto games. So, you have like, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So, the original Kanto games were made into this one. They're overall remake, so graphics are better. There's quality of life improvements overall. The one thing I will mention though is it's Pokemon Let's Go. So it's actually like a spin-off of the Pokemon Go app, where all your wild encounters, they're just like you toss the Pokeball, just like the Pokemon game. And I'm trying to think of any other important information. Essentially, if you're looking to play like a hardcore Pokemon game, this would not be it. This would be more like whatchamacallit, like, you know, like a sit back and relax type of game. Not too hard, not too complicated. But overall, it's a really good game, and I've actually completed both Pikachu and Eevee. I'm pretty sure Pikachu has been the better seller, but Eevee is not too far behind. Would this happen to be something that you'd be interested in? Oh, awesome. So I'll put this aside, and then when we ring you up with all the other games, I'll grab the Switch from the back, and we'll get, I think Lisa's at the register. We can get her to ring you up. So let me put this aside. So what else are you looking for? Do you have anything specific you're looking for? You know, like, okay. So, for Game Boy, I don't really have too many. I have a couple of interesting games, but then I also have, like, licensed games. Like, you know how back in the day licensed games were kind of good, and then they kind of turned to crap. Yeah. So, I have a couple of licensed games. I have, actually, I think I have one that might interest you. Yes, this is it. So this is Pokemon Crystal. it's the definitive version of Gold and Silver. It has improvements over the other two. And honestly, I think the storyline is a little tweaked. It's a lot better, in my opinion. So I do suggest, if you are looking to play this generation, to hop on this one, because this one I think has a few extra Pokemon options, and the story is a little more fleshed out, and overall it's a little more interesting and easier to get into. Okay. Put it aside. Okay, cool. I also have, I don't know if you're interested in these old types of games. They might be a little childish, but I'll run them by you real quick, and then we could hop into Game Boy Advance. So this right here is Rocket Power. As you can see, this is a licensed game. This was made by THQ. I'm sure you know THQ is actually no longer THQ. It's known as THQ Nordic. Another company bought them out and bought their licenses, so they are no longer their own business. That being said, this game came back, I think, around like 2000. Came out. It was actually sold really well, surprisingly, for a licensed game. But at the moment, I believe they're really hard to come by. I'll throw this to the side. And then I also have Hardcore ECW Revolution. This one is also another one that was, like, I guess considered a licensed game because it's based off of another company. But I do think this one would be worth passing on. It's nothing too crazy or too exciting. That being said, I just wanted to show it to you just in case. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or not, but I'm gonna also put this to the side. And then I also have A Bug's Life. This one is based off of, Disney. And it actually is very hard to come by as well. If you look on eBay, these are being sold for upwards of like $50, $60, and we're only selling it for $20. So I figured I'd mention it as well. But that being said, I'm gonna put it aside as well, and we'll start with those Game Boy Advance games. Let's see. Oh, I got a good one. Okay, so this one is a classic. This is Crash Bandicoot, and this is really funny because this is one of those rare moments where you see, I think at the time, this was owned by Activision and Universal, and then over time I think Sony bought the rights to the license. So this is the early times of Activision. There weren't many Crash games on Nintendo systems, and when they were handhelds, and this is Crash Bandicoot, The Huge Adventure. Like, nobody knows the name of that one. But that being said, I've actually played it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call. Yeah, just tell her to bring the stock from the front to the back. Yeah, okay, cool, okay. Sorry, but I played this one myself. It is really fun. It's like your classic Crash Bandicoot game. Same situation, you're trying to get the crystals from Vortex, and overall it's one of those games that you get sucked into, that you want to like get all the crystals, beat the times, and overall just 100% it. This one's a really good one though, so I wouldn't pass up if you were looking. Okay, so I'll put this down with the Switch, and we'll keep on going. Yeah. So I also have another game that you might be interested in if you like Pokemon. Here it is. Yep. This is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Now, this is Red Rescue Team. This is the first generation of Pokemon games. So they not only had it for Game Boy Advance, they also had another version called Blue Rescue Team that was on Nintendo DS. The graphics comparatively are almost exactly the same. You can't really tell a difference. And but unfortunately, we only have this version in right now. That being said, the whole concept is like you wake up as a Pokemon. You are human. You wake up as a Pokemon in their body, and you have no recollection of how that happened. So you're just trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like you're a turn-based dungeon crawler. So you are taking turns with other Pokemon you run into in each dungeon, attacking, defending, healing, and you have a team up to 4, I believe. This one's a really fun one, and I always get sucked into this franchise every single time. You can't go wrong. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, give me 1 second. And then I think I have one more Game Boy Advance game that I think you might be interested in, and then we can move on to DS, and then we can get you all checked out. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, so this one is a little different. I just thought you might enjoy it because of the Pokemon interest. I know a lot of people enjoy both these franchises. This one is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and it is Duel Academy. This one is actually one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games. I might be a little biased. I was really into the anime growing up, and growing all throughout the whole, I think this was the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I started watching. So that whole time leading up to this, I was really interested. It's your classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. I don't know if you know how to play the card game, do you? Yeah. Okay, so you know the whole spiel. Yeah, so it's your classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Obviously, you only get the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that have been out up until this generation, but honestly, it's a fun, if you're on the train, in a plane, you can't really pass this one up either. Okay. Alright, awesome. So I'll put this aside too. Okay, so I'm running low on DS games, but I have a couple that you might like, so let me just see. Okay, so in the DS category, we actually don't have that much of a variety. A lot of them are just Pokemon games, so I kind of just picked out the ones that were different. If there's Pokemon Black and White, just grab Black. But I have one that's not a Pokemon game, which I assume would be refreshing. So the first one is Kirby Squeak Squad. This one is another classic Kirby game. I don't know if you played. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this plays just like that one. Absorb other enemies, gain their powers, the classic. Have you played this one yet? Okay. Yeah, so you might want to give this one a shot. This one is right before they revamped the franchise with 3D models and stuff for the 3DS, and it still has that classic Kirby feel to it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'll put this one too. And then these last two I'm gonna just show you real quick. So this is Pokemon Black version. This, I think, is the 5th generation. Don't quote me. I've been into Pokemon for so long, but, after all these games coming out, you start to lose track. But Pokemon Black version is your classic Pokemon game. It's similar play style to Pokemon Crystal, but essentially more Pokemon introduced, more enemies. I think the main villains in this one is Team Plasma. Yeah, it's Team Plasma. So essentially, turn-based strategy, attack, and then, different items help you advantage over your enemies, and you have to beat the Elite Four at the end. Okay, pass. Yeah, I figured since you're getting other Pokemon games. Okay, so I'll put this one down over here. Awesome. So my last one is Pokemon Conquest. Now, again, another Pokemon game, but this one is actually the most unique out of all of the games that I've shown you today because there's only one. They never made a sequel. This is a crossover with Dynasty Warriors, I believe, and it's another turn-based type of situation, except you have two sides of a board, and it's kind of like chess. You're trying to get your Pokemon to the other side and defeat your opponent's Pokemon on the way over there. And then it has similar Dynasty Warriors type of mechanics. So you befriend other warriors, you add them to your your crew, your warrior crew, whatever you want to call it. And essentially what you're just leveling up your Pokemon. They still evolve, but it's more like kind of like a chess game overall. It's really fun, and a lot of people like push this one to the side, but I'm telling you, you should definitely give it a try. Oh, this one I believe is $5. Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Alrighty, so let me put this one to the side. I believe that is all the games I have that you might be interested in. But if you have any other questions or want to come back any other day, we might be getting more shipments in. I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. Yeah. Okay. So let's just recap what you want. What did you find appealing? What do you not find appealing? Just so I can round it up and bring it over to Lisa. Okay. So the Switch, Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Game, gotcha, and Dynasty Warriors Pokemon Conquest. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna grab all that for you right now. Let me know if you need anything else, and we'll get you set over with Lisa. Okay. Alright, thank you for coming in, and I'll meet you over there in like 2 minutes.